Juliet Papa 35 Juliet Whiskey Golf Papa, the register number Bravo Papa Victor 069 X-ray. The third vehicle is a BMW station wagon. Registration number is Juliet Mike 62 X-ray Mike Golf Papa. Register number Victor Foxtrot Juliet 152 Whiskey. The fourth vehicle is a VW with registration number Juliet Yankee 16 Delta Lima Golf Papa with a register number Hotel Tango Golf 489 Kilo. The fifth vehicle is a BMW, registration number Bravo Zulu 99 Charlie Kilo Golf Papa with a register number Romeo Mike Juliet 314 Whiskey. The sixth vehicle is a BMW with registration number Juliet Victor 09 Romeo Tango Golf Papa with a register number Whiskey Mike Foxtrot 576 Whiskey. And the last one is then a VW with registration number Kilo Bravo 09 Charlie Charlie Golf Papa with a register number Hotel Sierra Juliet 618 Kilo. It is signed, the signature is Makwanasi's signature, and it's stated then Acting Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner / Brigadier.
Thank you, Commissioner. If you could assist, I wonder if you can assist with some of the statements made in this document. Firstly, it's signed by J.D. Mkwanazi as Acting Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner / Brigadier. Is there such a title, firstly? And secondly, if you do recall, at the time of 15 October 2021, was Brigadier Mkwanazi the Acting Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner?
Commissioners, there is no such title. It must be understood that there's a HR title, which is a Deputy Chief of Police, and then there's a rank, which is Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner. You are appointed when someone is on leave. For instance, in this instance, Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner Goodman Mazolo, who was the Deputy Chief Operations and Specialized Services, was on official leave. And then Brigadier Makwanasi was appointed to act in his place. So when you act in a higher position, you act in the position. You don't act in the rank. You keep your own rank. So this whole line at the bottom is incorrect. But what I understand from that is that he's actually saying, I'm the acting deputy chief, and I'm signing it on behalf of that position. But I am a brigadier signing it on behalf of that position.
Thank you for that clarification. So if I understand you correctly, at the time, the Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner was Commissioner Mzolo.
Correct.
And it would appear that at the time that Brigadier Mkwanazi signed this document on the 15th of October 2021, Commissioner Mzolo was on leave and Brigadier Mkwanazi was appointed to act in his stead.
Correct, Commissioner.
With that understanding then, I would like to refer you to the start of this letter, the first paragraph. You state that it states, not you, I apologize. This letter serves to confirm that the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, EMPD, under the command of the Acting Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner / Brigadier J.D. Mkwanazi of Specialized Services. Do you see where I'm reading?
Correct, Commissioner.
To your knowledge, under whose command is the EMPD at all times?
Under the Chief of Police, Commissioner Mapiye.
What is the commission to understand of the phrase EMPD under the command of Acting Deputy Municipal Police Commissioner?
Commissioner, in my own opinion, that's a narcissistic remark where you assume command of something which is outside his scope.
So would I be correct in understanding that he had his own post as a brigadier, as the for specialized services?
Correct, Commissioners.
He happened to be the acting deputy commissioner.
Correct. He's the acting deputy chief of police.
Acting deputy chief of police.
Yes.
But even in that acting position, he could never, as the original holder of that office, claim command of the EMPD because that rests with the chief of police.
Correct.
Thank you. You then... yes, thank you,
Are you
Commissioner.
moving from the letter?
Yes, I'm moving from the letter.
Okay, maybe let me ask my question. Commissioner, at this point on the 18th of October 2021, Mr. Mkwanazi, or Brigadier Mkwanazi, says there is an endless working relationship, whatever he means by that, with CAT VIP. Was there a working relationship with CAT VIP at this point?
Commissioners, I do not know at that, obviously with hindsight and after investigations was done, I know now that there's certain things, but there was no working relationship with CAT VIP according to my knowledge at all the day when I received this letter. That's firstly.
Yes.
And secondly is that there is no such MOU in existence because part of my function as the Deputy Chief Auxiliary and Support Services was that there's also a repository of documents and records and archives that's with me, and all the MOUs that we have through the years signed, be it with AXA, the airports company, or with Emperors, or with Cross-Border Permit, or with other cities around in my possession and saved as the archive. There was no such MOU with a company. And then the third thing that I wanted to add is that there will never be allowed in law the Municipal Finance Management Act or any local government related acts to have an endless working relationship with anyone. There is fixed terms to anything. There cannot be an endless working relationship with anyone. And maybe even as a joke, it doesn't even work in marriage. There cannot be an endless working relationship.
Thank you, Commissioner. Lastly, on this letter, in the very next line after that endless working relationship, he says a memorandum of understanding with that company to assist EMPD officers in any VIP protection and security services in and out of the city of Ekurhuleni. Do your officers provide services outside of VIP and protection and security services outside of the city of Ekurhuleni?
In terms of the South African Police Services Act, Chapter 12, where municipal police services are established, your jurisdiction is bound to your municipal area where you are appointed. But there is a sub-clause that states that unless there is an agreement with another local government to extend the area of your services. So the city of Ekurhuleni, when the municipal police was established on 16 February 2002, as part of our establishment then, we had a signed agreement with the city of Tshwane Metro Police and a signed agreement with the city of Johannesburg Metro Police. That's the three cities, because we were established at very similar times, that we would agree that we will assist one another upon request. So that would then imply that if there is let's say a very large incident or a riot or anything at that era in the city of Tshwane, they could request the city of Ekurhuleni, and then we would respond with resources and assist them to help there. And there's also obviously a clause where if you are in a pursuit of a vehicle or a crime, that you can exit your area on that. But that is the restriction that was placed on it in that era. Lately, where we are today, there are more agreements signed, like with the South African Police Service collaboration agreements, and where we cooperate with. And in Gauteng province, we have more agreements which has been signed and approved by the Premier, where we assist one another. But it's also always in planned operations. We do not have powers, for instance, to be a Ekurhuleni Metro Police and then we find information from an informant or on the street and then we respond to Soweto or we respond to Hammanskraal in the city of Tshwane and we follow up and we arrest people. We do not have that power at all, according to me.
And this letter, that very line that I've just read now, in and out of the city of Ekurhuleni, it seems to permit these vehicles to be anywhere in the country and maybe even outside of the country, because it says in and out of Ekurhuleni. And I understand you to be saying there is no basis in law or in agreement for that kind of access.
Yes, there is no basis in law or in agreement. The city itself, the Metro Police, do have a VIP protection unit. And that VIP protection unit obviously then provide to the principals, which is the mayor, the city manager, and the MMCs. They do provide protection services, a vehicle to them. If our mayor or our city manager or our MMCs would then go to, for instance, Tshwane for a G20 meeting, they will obviously escort them and then work outside the area protecting their principals. But there is no clause that you can go and work anywhere outside Ekurhuleni in the country or out of the country at all. That is illegal.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. You go on then at paragraph 12, and we dealt with that paragraph 12 a bit. To reference, this is a confirmation letter of work collaboration, you recall, with one certain Mr. C.J. Smith that was brought to your attention by Mr. Yako Hanekom. You recall?
Correct, Commissioner.
Then you attach in that respect a document that you have marked RS3. And that RS3 appears at page 5 of your annexes file.
Correct, Commissioner.
For the record, this is a document headed Confirmation Letter of Work Collaboration between EMPD THU and Mr. C.J. Smith, dated the 23rd of May 2022. Do you confirm?
Correct, Commissioners.
Commissioners, I confirm that this document is an annexure to Chief Mapieye's statement, and he dealt with it, I would believe, fairly extensively.
That's the one you read into the record.
That's the one I read
yesterday.
into the record yesterday in
you.
full. So unless any questions arise from there, I don't think it's necessary for this witness to repeat. Commissioner Spears, you then, at paragraph 13, reference to video clips which Lieutenant Colonel Tepper shared with you, depicting a convoy of black vehicles, BMWs, Mercedes Viano minibus, traveling towards an airport, with a female voice in the background identifying herself as quote-unquote Mama Cat. The second clip showed the vehicles and a small aeroplane at the airport. These videos are marked RS4 and RS5 as part of your statement. Can I deal with this? Do you know where Lieutenant Colonel Tipper obtained these videos from? You say she forwarded them to you. My question is, do you know where she got them from?
I made an assumption that you got them from Jeff Weeks, the journalist, because in an email, she stated that she will forward 2 video clips which relate to that same incident. So I am under the assumption that Colonel Tipper obtained it from Jeff Weeks as part of the media query, and she forwarded to me then to look at before I answer the draft media reply.
Okay.
I think just for the record, in the email itself, so if you go to page 10 of the annexures, that's where you find the email from Jeff Weeks. The second sentence, the second paragraph rather, says 2 videos from the social media page have been sent to you via WhatsApp.
Correct, Commissioner.
So we should understand that the same video clips that were forwarded to you by Colonel Tipper when she sent this media inquiry to you.
Correct, Commissioners.
I want us then to turn to paragraph 14 at page 6. Before we do so, Commissioner Baloyi has a question.
Yeah, we're not going to see these videos. Commissioner Kumalo says he was looking forward to seeing these videos.
We can and we will. We are very edgy this end because this commission unfortunately has had some boo-boos, and we wouldn't want to add to your woes this week. We'll try to locate them to make sure that we project them, but they are available as annexures, and hopefully we'll be able to make Commissioner Kumalo's day. We strive to impress.
All right, maybe let me ask my question then about paragraph 13. Doesn't depend on us viewing the videos. Commissioner, in that paragraph 13, there is description of these vehicles in the video, BMWs, Mercedes Viano, minibus. And then when you look at page 4, which lists those vehicles and registration numbers, are you able to make out, were you able to make out from the videos whether those vehicles are in any way connected with this list of vehicles? The registration numbers, at least, or model even?
No, Commissioner. The first video clip is and obviously I don't know the lady at all, but you can hear her speaking and she sits in the back of the vehicle. And you can see it's a BMW because she sits at the back and recording through the windscreen they're traveling on a highway. You can see the blue lights is sucker or blue lights that are stuck to the windscreen at the front, and you can see the reflection of the blue lights against the surrounding and in the vehicle itself, and you can see the left passenger with black clothes on and a white shirt, and you can see slightly the driver. So it shows to the front inside the vehicle out, so you cannot see a registration number on that at all. And the second video clip, which is at the airport, it shows, you can see from an angle, you can see some of the vehicles at the apron, but it's from an angle that you cannot see a registration number up to the aeroplane steps itself that you cannot. So from these two video clips, I cannot directly link it to the actual list of vehicles, but I can see the Mercedes Viano at the airport, and I can see a BMW, but I cannot link the registration numbers from these two clips at all.
What is the concern, and I'm avoiding to use the word risk, about blue lights being in the hands of private security companies such as this, or even private individuals, that they have vehicles where they're able to use blue lights?
Commissioner, and it's maybe I must first state on my own career. I'm 43 years a policeman, and when I started, I first was in South African Police Service, and then in Pretoria Traffic, Benoni Traffic, and then Ekurhuleni Metro Police. When I started as a law enforcement officer in SAPS, it was still high risk, but it was easier to do law enforcement because you could use blue lights in the execution of your duties, and the general public would obey it, and there was very, very little issues surrounding that. However, lately it has become just about close to impossible to do law enforcement, irrespective of the day or time. Every single citizen, and that includes me, when I'm after hours and it's off duty, is that I'm afraid of blue lights at night and when someone approaches me from behind. The general public is, because blue lights, there's actually even incidences where there's blue light gangs operating. There's a huge criminal element in the country that use blue lights because they impersonate police officers. There is very well known the groups that operate from the OR Tambo International Airport, following people home, robbing them, and that is the largest risk that we have with the illegal use of blue lights by anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. And then the second risk for that as well is it makes the policeman job close to impossible, because a genuine policeman doesn't know if it's a criminal or not a criminal, and he then gets killed. As a normal policeman, you get killed when you try to stop these vehicles and enforce them. And security officers impersonating police officers is one of our largest risks. The regulation on lights on vehicles actually restricts security companies to have a steady white light with their name in black letters on and strobes in the front, only white lights that they can use. It is a known in the world, it doesn't matter who, in the world is blue lights is law enforcement, red lights is ambulance and paramedics, amber or yellow lights is construction work. And therefore, the misuse and abuse of blue lights has become a really scrounge in our country. And it opens the public open to proper crime being conducted against them.
So for all you know, these vehicles with blue lights, the ones that we are talking about now, specific, may well have been used in criminal activities and you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know if those vehicles specifically were used in blue lights, but there has been numerous incidences that I know of where specifically black vehicles and that, but with blue lights fitted, would do robberies, would do truck hijackings, and sometimes you arrest and it's a genuine policeman or a genuine traffic officer or genuine municipal police officer that is a criminal, but majority of the time it is impersonating police officers using blue lights or impersonating traffic or municipal police officers.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mr.
I just want to ask the prohibition against the use of blue lights. Does it apply even where the municipality has given permission, or even where SAPS has given permission? Is it your evidence that the municipality, EMPD, cannot give permission to a security company or a private citizen to use blue lights, and that's the law?
Commissioner, the law is very clear that states there's, under correction, I think it's Regulation 179, it states very clearly that only South African Police Service, Municipal Police Service, traffic officers and the SANDF military police may use blue lights. There is a sub-clause where, and I still speak about the administrator, but it's the MEC now. You can apply to the MEC for the use of other lights, and then the MEC will consider it and the MEC can do it. But no one else in this country has the authority to authorize the use of lights at all. We as municipalities and municipal polices, we even go further to say, but we restrict it with internal policies and directives to say that even our own officers must use blue lights very circumspect and not just purely for the sake of blue lights.
And if I can follow up perhaps on that conversation with a question, are you suggesting that by right, by law, it has to be that when a civilian sees a vehicle with blue lights, the correct assumption must be it's SAPS or SAPS related, security related, and it's official? Is that what the lights are intended to
Commissioner,
communicate?
not security related. I won't go that far.
Okay.
It will be related to law enforcement.
That's what I was looking at.
Only police, traffic, or military police, or municipal police, not security related. Public must think it's a policeman, and the policeman is giving an instruction to either move out of the way because I'm responding if I use it together with the siren, or the public must pull off because I want to do law enforcement and the public has done something wrong. That must be the only assumption when blue lights is being in use and sirens.
So, are you suggesting that the risk with placing blue lights in the vehicles that you dealt with in that list is that a normal citizen, when confronted with such a vehicle using the lights, will assume that it's a law enforcement vehicle, and it could very well be abuse of those lights and therefore somebody else involved in criminal activity?
Correct, Commissioners.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Maybe lastly on this, Commissioner, how easy is it to get or to buy these blue lights? Can I just walk into a shop that sells blue lights and I don't need anything, and they will sell them to me?
Correct, Commissioner. Blue lights, the sale of the lights itself is not prohibited in South Africa at all. You can buy it in just about any shop that you can walk in, you can buy it. It is maybe one of the limitations of our system that we have, where the restriction on selling of these lights should be prohibited, and it should only be sold to law enforcement officers. But you can buy it anyway. You can find it in any electronic shop that sells lights. You can buy these lights.
Well, I was going to ask, isn't it an area that should be considered for reform? That there should be some legislative changes about the accessibility and ease of getting these blue lights.
I agree with you, Commissioner. It should be restricted that even the import and the sale of these vehicles should be restricted to law enforcement only.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm tempted to lead you into an area of conjecture based on the conversation you've just had with Commissioner Baloyi. and I'm trying to resist the urge, but nonetheless, I'll give in to it. Commissioner, with your experience of 43 years in the police service, if you were to be asked to express a view on how prevalent you consider the abuse of blue lights to be in the country, would you be able to express a view? How big has the problem become in your view, based on your experience of 43 years? Are you able to formulate a view?
I can, Commissioner. Even in a period that I was stating earlier, that I acted as the caretaker for the internal affairs for Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department, a very large amount of the internal affairs, disciplinary inquiries and misconduct that was raised to us relates to members of the public that allege that officers have impersonated police officers, they've been pulled off by blue lights and that. It's prevalent for the last, I want to say 6-7 years. It started to be prevalent and it become critical where we are now. It even reached a state where I myself wouldn't even want to pull a vehicle off to do law enforcement because I'm driving an unmarked vehicle and that. It becomes very difficult to do law enforcement because the member of the public, it can lead to a situation where I'm a genuine police officer, I'm an honest police officer, I'm doing my work. The member of the public is afraid and scared and he drives away because he doesn't want to stop because of the risk. And I could believe that it happens, simple mistakes can happen. A vehicle could be wrongly registered when you buy a vehicle. You buy the vehicle and your dealer that sells the vehicle to you makes a mistake in the registration number and they swap 2 digits around when they make the registration plate. And you can drive home, brand new car, and you drive home and an officer drives behind you and he does an inquiry on you on the radio. And they say it's a black Mercedes, but you're driving a white Audi. And now the officer tries to stop you because it's a false plate in his mind. And you're a citizen. You will immediately try to get away from him. If you get away and the officer believes it's a false plate, he most probably will shoot you and you will die. And afterwards there will be obviously inquest and everything. And the other way around it works as well. So it's one of our biggest risks as law enforcement officers, having rogue blue lights available and being misused, especially by criminals. And just about every single day, if you open a newspaper today, if you speak around the Braai in South Africa, doesn't matter where you are, every single person, be it male or female, complain about the after hours stopping at the red light. We disobey traffic lights because of the risk. When I see a police officer or a blue light, I don't know if it's a hijacker or that. So it is a massive risk in our country.
Please state for the record the reverse that you referred to. Just articulate that for the record, please. Remember, you said you as an officer are following a motor vehicle and there's an issue around the registration plate or registration numbers, and you may end up shooting the driver. And you said the reverse may also happen, and then you just went on. So I'm just saying, for the record, please articulate the reverse.
Okay. The reverse could be that the member of the public actually do stop for that, but it is a criminal. And then the member of the public will be hijacked or kidnapped. So that is the reverse risk of, it's a genuine police officer doing his job and there's a mistake, administrative mistake, and the reverse of that is where it is a hijacker, it is a criminal who stops that person and then actually hijack, kill, kidnap, and that is the reverse of that, Commissioner.
Thank you.